If you're new to Unjustice 2 or new to fighting games in general, I just wanted to kind of run through the tutorial stage that's in this game because I think a lot of us might be just barely getting by with the basic commands, basic fighting techniques that this game has provided for us, and we're missing out on a huge grand scale of opportunity to really excel at this game off this basic normal level that I think can really get us up to the very hard level. So if you started the campaign and just skipped the tutorial, or maybe you started it and got bored with it, there's tons of stuff in that tutorial that that you just won't pick up on in the later game. So what I wanted to do was just go back through it. So from the main menu, if you hit single player, obviously it's going to be right down here, tutorial. So I'm going to select tutorial, and we're just going to go through the basics here and run through the whole thing. If you don't spend some time here, this is the only place that you're going to learn some of these special moves that aren't so obvious in the game unless you stop to actually learn them. Now, obviously, it's going to start with some basic movement training. This is obviously the obvious stuff. So here we go. Step forward, step backwards. Now, dash forward and dash backward, maybe you weren't so familiar with that. And then, obviously, down to duck. So jump backwards, jump forwards. I mean, these are very, very basic. Very basic. If you get hung up on those, you might need a new controller. Basic attack training. This is interesting because obviously if you just hit somebody with square, he's gonna punch. But if you're pushing forward or backwards on this one, you get a different attack. So what you're going to do is just walk up to him and punch him with square. And here's with medium attack, same thing. It's just kind of going through. Okay, you got light, heavy, and medium heavy, attacks here. Jumping light attack, jump at him, kick him in the face, jump at him, hit him with medium, and then jump at him, hit him with heavy. I mean, these are very basic. With what you've just learned, you probably can succeed pretty far in this game by just spamming the buttons, just hitting all the buttons. But now we're going to go into this next thing. Like it says, mastering defense is key. Avoiding or mitigating attacks is as important as inflicting damage. If you play against the very hard level or play against a friend that's just really good, they're going to put you in the wall and they won't stop hitting you. And if you're not blocking, you're just going to end up taking all those hits. You might get an accidental hit in, but you definitely got to know how to block. So mid attacks target opponent's midsection and can be blocked by standing or ducking. This is obviously going to be just pulling backwards. You can be down on the ground. That's a good way. Backwards is obviously the way you're trying to retreat, so you're going to be able to block that stuff. Low attacks target opponent's feet and lower body and can only be blocked by ducking. So Superman's going to come in here, and the only way I can block is if I'm down. So obviously if I'm standing up, he's going to take me out, so you got to block by just pulling down. High attacks target opponent's upper body or head and can be blocked by standing or avoided completely by ducking. So high attacks, see, he's swinging, and now if I'm ducking, he'll swing over my head. So that's one way to block. But I mean, who's got time to analyze whether or not he's doing a high attack or not? So if all else fails, just pull back, and that will knock out most all attacks. Overhead attacks can hit ducking opponents and are blocked by standing. So this is going to give us an opportunity to really wail on Superman here. But I just want to show you that he is blocking. And he's blocking everything I'm putting at him. But when I do the overhead attack, I'm dropping it down on him. So he's blocking. He's here blocking. Oh, watch this. I'm going to charge it up. There we go. And that's how you take out somebody that's just blocking. So that's definitely a skill. If you're beating up on somebody and they just block everything you're hitting, it's just going to have to be a mix of hitting low mid, high, and then overhead. Overhead is obviously going to get those guys ducking on you that are just popping up and down. You'll be pretty lucky with hitting the overhead. So here we go. We're just going to block a few of Superman. He's going to come in here and he's going to try to hit me. If I don't, it's kind of tough because he won't come in fast enough, and I'm like retreating faster than he's getting to me. Oh, where'd that monster truck come from? All right, there we go. So that's just kind of blocking what he's bringing. So blocking really is key. You really got to know how to block, or else, you know, you're just gonna get beat the hell on any harder level than normal. So that seems to be a given. Use what you've learned to defeat Superman. I'm going to try to just use what I've learned and nothing else, and let's see how this goes. All right. You know, attack mid, and then look, I mean, it's just, at this point, I'm just going to keep spamming the buttons and, you know, kind of, oh, they didn't teach me that one yet, and I kind of slipped it in there anyway, so I apologize about that. And there we go. I mean, I'm just spamming the buttons. I didn't do anything special to defeat Superman there. So let's move on. Additional attacks can be performed by holding a direction while pressing an attack button. So this is what I was talking about earlier with, you know, you got the 3 main attacks, but if you're pushing forward, back, down, whatever, you're going to get a different one. So here's an example. Here's just normal square and then back square. You're going to get that kick. Here's triangle and back triangle. And then here's another one, triangle and forward triangle. Get the little headbutt. And triangle and down triangle. Obviously, triangle's got all of them there. You know, X. There's down X. That's just kind of showing you an example of when maybe sometimes you want to lay off pushing in a direction, and sometimes you want to add a little direction to it to kind of mess with people. This is another key place. Now, if you're playing the game and you've never gone through the tutorial, you might have picked this up because there's prompts, and you can see up in the top corners of the screen that it's going to say R1 to grab the environment. But we're going to go ahead and move forward. Every arena contains environmental interactions that can be used against your opponent. Okay, so here you can see that I'm going to walk in front of this trash can, and now in the tutorial it kind of lights it up on the ground. It's not so obvious whenever you're playing the game. You do see it in the background light up when I pass the bar. You see how it's lighting up, that trash can lights up. And you press R1, or you can do this at the square and triangle together. Square and triangle is kind of a weird way to do it. I mean, if you're just spamming the buttons, it might be kind of convenient, but I like to use R1. So here we go. Grabs that trash can, beats him over the head. This is very important. If you want to really tear up people in this game, learn where the environmental interactions are and use them, because they definitely bring the pain in this game. Here's one. Use the wall run environmental interaction here, and it's going to be right below, you know, it's right behind me here, so I'm going to press R1 and he runs up the wall, and that's a great way to get on the other side of him to do a stage transition. That's one of my favorites. Now, if you don't know what a stage transition is, basically it's going to take it off this street level and probably up to a rooftop or something like that, and it beats the hell out of the guy you're fighting. So you definitely want to memorize those, but we'll get to that in just a second. So here, this one is our first tricky move, and it's going to be the wall run, and immediately after wall run, hit X, and it happens really fast. So as soon as you start that wall run, just go ahead and hit X, like that. But Superman had already walked back too far, so I just straight missed him. Here we go. Connect with back X while facing the arena transition corner to activate an arena transition. Execute 2 arena transitions in Gotham City. Now, this is what I was talking about. Now, I'm going to see if it'll let me get on the other side of him. Okay, so now I can run up, get to this other side, and do the arena transition. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Here we go. There we go. It kind of glitched, but you got the point. I mean, look how many hits he's got on him right now. Oh, 13 hits, man. I put him through it. And so it's going to have me do another one. This is back X. This is for every character. It's not a special move. It's just built in for every single guy. So we're going to do back X, and it's just going to pummel them. Back to where we started. Most stages are just going to have 2 in this game, but you never know. You might get a third one. You might get none. But most stages are going to have two areas where you can go to, so you can transition both back to the one you started with. So anyways, environmental interactions training section complete. Proceed to combo training. Yes. Okay, so combo training. This is what separates the men from the boys. Now, you can easily get by with what you've learned right now. It's so easy. You can play normal. You might even succeed in hard with what you've learned. But where we're about to go, this combo training is where you just wail on people and get some major hit combos. So here we go. Hit the right combination of buttons to unleash a combo attack. Now, every character is going to be a little bit different, so the best idea is find a character you're comfortable with and then just really drive home those combo attacks. So really memorize them. Get used to them. So here we go. I'm going to drop in here, execute. This one's an easy one. Look how easy these combos are. I mean, square, square, triangle. Boom! And that's a triple, right? This one's a little trickier. There we go. Yeah. Triangle, triangle, X. I mean, it's no problem. And that's it. You know, and you might get tons of different ones to memorize. That was just kind of a tutorial. But each character has their own, so you're going to definitely, if you're going to sit down and you're like, I like this character, then learn the combo attacks. Some of the combo attacks are what make characters great. So definitely take some time while you're playing with a character to learn some of their combo attacks. Alright, juggle combo. A juggle combo is when you knock your opponent into the air and hit them again before they land. Now this is the intimidating thing, like whenever you really beat the hell out of somebody and before they can even hit the ground, you hit them again. It's just kind of like, here's one more. So this is great. So I'm going to do this down triangle, and then I'm going to wait just a couple, just a little half second, and then hit triangle again. Like that, and that's a juggle combo. Oh, that's a good one. See how you just got to time it just right. You're trying to catch them right in the middle of the air. So here's a combo, and then at the end of the combo, it's going to pop them up, and then you're going to hit X again. So like memorizing this combo. Boom, 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 and oh, that's so painful. That's a 4-hit combo. That's going to put them down every time, and just like really just start playing with their head. It's like, why can't I do those? Because most people will just spam one button and they'll get a 2-hit combo. But juggle combos will get that 4th hit that you're looking for. So definitely memorize those combos, and then definitely follow up with the juggle combo. All right, some moves require precise timing. Lessons in this section may pause to point out specific mechanics. So obviously during this point, the screen's going to pause and just kind of point something out for us. If you find your opponent playing defensively, execute a throw. Throws are unblockable and can be executed in 2 ways. So throws are always fun. Definitely memorize your throw. I mean, I love a good throw. So I'm gonna grab Superman and hurt him. Your mace. I don't like this. This is funny that you execute a back throw. It's another way instead of using a directional. It's just another thing to remember. So forward throw, I mean, if you notice, all these are pretty much the same. It's kind of like which way do you want the enemy to end up? Which side of you? With Batman, some other ones you definitely want to learn directional throws, because if you need them to go the other way for the stage transition, you'll want to pull back when you throw them, so you throw them the opposite direction. Execute a forward throw by using the alternative way. Again, this is just another way instead of hitting L1. It's a little annoying, but if you're one that's spamming buttons, you may want that one. I don't like it. It doesn't even work. Like, I'm trying to do it in the middle of a combo, but whatever. I'll just do a basic, pressing towards them, then I hit square and X together. While throws cannot be blocked, there is a brief chance for a throw escape upon contact. Oh, this one is really tricky. There is this brief timing, and if you are twiddle fingers with your controller, you might be able to escape it. Normally, when you see a throw escape, it's because you were trying to grab them and they grabbed you instead, and you just happened to do an escape. But maybe you're fast enough. So this is This is when it starts getting a little tricky in the tutorial. But I'm gonna press L1, and that should do the throw escape, which you see there. And you just kind of like, as soon as you get grabbed, and like I know he's about to grab me, and I still missed it. It's not easy. So even knowing you're about to get grabbed isn't very good. So you see him here as he's lighting up when to press it. But it's not an easy one, man. See, look at that. I just went ahead and grabbed him. Come on, Superman. Oh, gosh, dude. This is no joke. This will probably be the first little thing in the tutorial that's going to stump you. I wish it was the last one, but there will be more that'll stump you. That one is all about timing. You saw Batman light up a little bit white, and that's when you're supposed to trigger your grab move, your throw, and that'll cancel theirs out. So yeah, that's combo training section complete. Proceed to special move. Now obviously this is the bread and butter. This is what everybody loves. Everybody loves the special moves. Who's got the best special moves? They do some, some cool stuff. Everybody's got some different stuff that may make you fall in love with a character and use them over and over again. That's where the special moves. I mean, that's it, man. So each character has a unique set of special moves, like I said, which can be executed by performing specific combinations of directional inputs and button presses. All right, so Batman's grapples. The straight grapple is just down to the right, square, down to the right square, and then his batarang is going to be back, forward, triangle. No problem there. Oh, his slide kick. Back, forward, X. No problem. All those are easy. And like it says, every character in Injustice 2 has a unique character power, which adds new attacks, enhances existing moves, or provides other unique bonuses. Now, this is an easy one to just forget about. I forget about it all the time playing this game. Don't forget about it. I mean, it's like free hits. Batman's Wayne Tech character power provides up to 3 mechanical bats that can attack opponents while he performs other actions. So here we go. I'm going to press circle, which is going to call in his bats, and then when I press circle again, he throws the bats. It doesn't do anything like crazy powerful, but it's enough to kind of offset your opponent. Bat Swarm is another Wayne Tech character power ability, which I'm going to call in my bats, and if I get close, I push down circle, and that kind of swarms around me, like a quick shield, if you will. Yeah, every hero and villain in Injustice 2 has a unique character power for you to explore. So yeah, that's definitely the special moves plus your character power. You're not going to want to forget those. Alright, your special meter increases with each hit you land or receive along with any successful special moves. Now, what does that mean? What is a super meter? It's this meter right here. So I'm going to do Batman's straight grapple, and you see how it's building up down there. Meter burn special moves are more powerful and provide added bonuses, such as increased damage, additional hits, or combo opportunities. Now, a meter burn means what it means. It's gonna burn one of those segments off my meter down there, and add more to this hit that I'm about to hit him with. The thing about your meter is once it gets up to the very top, it stops. So trying to just bank them and bank them and bank them for your super move at the end isn't always the wisest thing. You want to be using it and then save your super move to the end. If you, that's the idea. It's a finishing move to finish them off with your super move. But so what meter burn is going to do is going to take that whole segment there and just apply some pain to Superman. So here we go. I'm not even sure. I didn't even really catch what it did there. But it was definitely Batman's grapple, and then you follow it immediately with R2. So we're going to do his Batarang. So it's back, forward, triangle, and then immediately hit R2. And whooping him up. Execute Batman slide kick. This is one of my favorites. Say you're laying into somebody, and to follow up with this R2 is just painful. Watch this. Oh, just kind of throws that extra thing out there. Not only was it bad that they got tripped up, but then you threw like a quick Batarang at them and just kind of, you know, just a little added touch, but it definitely brings the power down of your opponent. A fully charged super meter can unleash the most powerful and devastating attack, the super move. This is the finisher. This is what normally we would wait until the very end of the match to just kind of put the nail in the coffin. Your opponent could be, I think it's about half of their second bar all the way down, which is quite a bit. They think they're still in the game, and then if you hit them with this, it's game over. So that's the L2 and R2 at the same time. And then you get the cinematic, man. This is where it's all at. And this is what it's about. Boom! And then you put them down. That's the super meter training right there. I mean, you need to know that stuff. This is what makes Injustice Injustice. It's good stuff, man. Executing a special move as a normal attack connects will result in a special move cancel. Alright, so we're definitely moving into some way more advanced moves at this point with cancels. So what this is going to do is cancel out the move that I'm doing. See how long it takes them to actually finish that move, and it's not always the quickest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit them once, and then before I'm actually done with that animation, I'm going to bust out Batman's grapple. This is this is the one that you may get hung up on and just give up on, because I'm not even sure what it's you got to do it so fast. You got to do it so fast that if you're not quick enough, you may just give up altogether. Just it's too much. It's too much. So here we go. I'm going to do X and then back forward X. You got to do it real quick. There it is. It's so they're so hard to do that it's hardly worth the time that you're going to spend to learn it. I mean, it's like, there's another one here that I'm going to get to that was just so intensely hard that I'm not even sure why I would do it in a real situation, because, like, I just die trying to pull it off. So here we go. I'm going to try a combo and then cancel into a special move here. Oh, that does bring the pain. That looked good, too. That did look good. Here's another one, the Batarang cancel. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Not too bad. Special move cancel. What is this? Execute an air scatter bomb special move combo attack. Okay, so I'm going to pop up, and then before I land, I'm going to try to do the scatter bomb. This one's a tough one, man. Did I do it? See, like, some of them are just like so finicky. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. You jump into your opponent, hit triangle, and then immediately do the scatter bomb. But it's so hard to do that. I mean, it's up to you. If you could just muscle through that section of this tutorial, you'll be good. During an attacker combo, perform a bounce cancel by spending 2 bars of your super meter. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a point when you just start using your super meter. Some people don't like to wait until the end. This is one of them. Both bounce cancels Why do I keep saying... I'm reading cancel and I'm saying bancels. Both bounce cancels allow you to follow up for big damage. All right, this is some good stuff. This is one of those cancels that just will rip you apart. Now, if you look up there, you'll see square, square, triangle, and immediately dash backwards R2. I can't do the dash that fast. So what I'm going to do is the backward, down to back roll, and then R2, because that one seems to work better for me. So let's give that a shot. Oh, it's painful. It's painful. Bounce cancels are good stuff. So here we go. Let's do another one. I'm going to do, again, down roll forward to R2 instead of the forward dash. I just can't do it. This is one I got stuck on. Come on. There we go. Those obviously will bounce them up in the air and get you a quick juggle opportunity, so you don't want to miss out on those. Special move training section complete. Proceed to advanced training. All right, it is time to get into the advanced training here. Some moves require precise timing. Lessons in this section, again, will possibly... it's going to pause in the middle of it. A cross-up is a jump attack that hits opponents from behind and must be blocked by holding the opposite direction. This is good stuff if you're fighting somebody and you kind of want to throw them off guard. You're basically going to kick them in the back of the head. So while airborne, the cross-up attack must be hit behind the victim. So I'm going to wait until I'm just right over Superman, and then I'm going to hit that triangle to get him. Or not. Let's try that again. All right, I'm waiting too long. There we go. I kicked him. You saw that little back kick. Uses a special move immediately after blocking for a reversal attack. All right, so I'm gonna block, and then I went into a grapple there. Execute a slide kick reversal attack. So like immediately during this time that he's paused, it's not gonna pause in the game. He's gonna flash though. When he flashes white, that's when you need to do your special move, which the last one I did with the grapple, and this one's calling for the reversal, the slide kick, which you gotta love the slide kick. Yeah, it's good. I love putting people on the ground. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to pull this off. There we go. That's one. I'm just kind of pulling back to block, and then immediately it's not easy. It's not easy because one of the blocks is not what I was trying to pull back, so it makes it a little bit difficult. Rise from a knockdown with a special move for a wake-up attack. All right, so I'm gonna let Superman knock me down, and then when I come back up, I'm gonna do my slide kick like that. You saw him flash, and that's how it's done. So he's going to trip me, and then when I turn white, that's not what I meant to do. As you can see, it's not always super easy. That was too late. It's all about timing. It's kind of, you almost have to realize how long it takes you to get up. I could have sworn I did it at least once already. Oh, jeez, man. Come on. I'm just not doing it fast enough. There we go. Gosh, dude. You really got to time how long he's down. Which I do not have down. There it goes. All right. So when you flash, that's when you need to be hitting X on those. It's not start the special move when it flashes. You just need to be done with the special move and hit X to execute that move right when you flash. I mean, we're talking about such a small little point of time there. Okay, so a roll puts some distance between you and your opponent after a knockdown. Now, rolls are good times. Good times for the rolls. If you can remember to press an attack on your way down. I never remember. I'm more worried about getting up than trying to roll out of the drop, but here we go. You can press any of the buttons and that'll keep you rolling. It's just something to be mindful of if you're falling. Just go ahead and pop a button as soon as you hit the ground, and you'll pop back up, versus giving your opponent enough time to come up to you and start wailing on you again. A block escape lets you interrupt a blocked combo at the cost of 1 bar of your super meter. I don't like to waste any money, so I don't know why anybody would waste this. So I'm gonna press towards them, and jeez, dude, some of this stuff is so hard to pull off. I'm no pro at this game by any means, but like some of it's definitely advanced topics here. Why is it not doing it? Oh. Immediately while blocking attack. I'm like going into him. You gotta, okay, there we go. Okay, I see. So you block. See, I didn't even read that right. See, I'm letting them beat me up. So block, and then forward R2. Now I'll push them off. Man, that costs a lot of my meter, man. That's hardly worth it. I would never do this. Never do that. It's just not worth it, man. That's definitely like when you're playing somebody so good, they're just wailing on you, and again, you needed to get out of there. That's an idea. You burn part of your meter just to get out of there. I don't think it's worth it, personally. I don't think it's worth it. A roll escape can get you out of dangerous situations. You will be briefly invincible at the cost of 1 bar on your super meter. So dash forward or back plus R2 will get you through to the other side at the cost of the meter. An air escape lets you recover mid-air from juggle combos at the cost of 2 bars of your super meter. Warning, you are still vulnerable to attacks until you land. Now, if you're playing against a guy that never misses a juggle, and you're always at the receiving end of that juggle, this might be something helpful to know. So it's just up R2. You see, as soon as I bounce up, you'll see me. I can do a little extra move to get out of there. Here, I'm gonna pop up. This seems to make more sense to me, to push backwards in R2 than up in R2. It'll kind of offset them, but to go straight up versus to get out of there pushing back in R2. After a knockdown, a delayed get up lets you stay on the ground longer, throw off your opponent's timing. This is kind of goofy. So I'm gonna follow the ground and hold L2 and just stay down on the ground. It's a way to, like it said, throw off your opponent's timing versus popping up really quick. I don't like to spend that much time on the ground. You might be able to mess with somebody though, doing that. So there's advanced training section complete. Proceed to clash training. All right, this is an easy one. Feel like we got past all the tough stuff. The clash offers you a way to escape an attack or combo by drawing power from your super meter. You know, this is only good, as it says right here, the clash can be used once per match per character after the second health bar is revealed. This is basically, if you're coming down, you're like, if you see up at the top, you can see that Batman's health is it's getting low, and probably Superman's superpower move will just kill me. So I need more health. This is where it comes in. Defenders, which would be me executing it, can regain health while attackers inflict more damage. So what we're going to do here is do the clash.
This world is mine.
And then while we're in here, during the clash, you have a set time to wager an amount of your super meter against your opponent. So you can't just sit here, and the game's not going to wait on you to finish. So you need to be ready. So what you either got to do is just go all in, and I just threw away my whole superpower, but I got a bunch of health back. So now I know I'm not going to die instantly. I still got some time in this game. It's kind of risky to wager that much. I normally don't like doing more than 2. If the defender wins the clash like I did, they regain health based on the difference of the super meter wager. So when you go into the clash, the best idea to do it is, say, when your opponent has nothing in there. Because I could have gained tons of health back by doing all 4 meters, and I would have probably filled my whole meter bar back up, my health meter bars. But but if they wager a little bit in there, then no good. Here we go. So we do the clash, and I obviously have nothing here, and so I have nothing to wager. Superman can do whatever based on how much he wagered. If he only did 1 bar or 4 bars, depends on how much damage he's going to cause. So he only did 1 bar, so it's just going to receive a little bit of damage. He could have done 4 bars, and it probably would have whipped me up pretty bad. So if the defender loses the clash, they receive damage based on the difference of the super meter wagers. So obviously I had nothing, and Superman got full of whatever he put. So there's class training, and that's the last thing right there. Congratulations, you are ready for Injustice 2. Just some final thoughts real quick on this. This game is awesome. This game is amazing. And if you miss out on all the advanced training, all the combos, and definitely, obviously, the special moves for each character, you're just going to miss out on this game. I'm just going to say it right there. The super move is great. Everybody's going to do the super move. We all know hit L2, R2 at the same time, get that super move, no problem. But the combos is where you're going to destroy. Learning how to defend is going to keep you from getting destroyed. And being able to execute some of those bounce cancels, and probably I would say meter burns. Learn how to hit that R2 after a special move, man. If you're building that meter up and you're not ready for your super move, make sure you're using that meter. Don't let it go to waste, and make sure you're using your special by hitting circle. Circle is going to bring out some specials for you, and you don't want to miss out on those because they're freebies. I mean, they don't bring a lot of pain, but they can enhance what you're trying to pull off and take a little bit more damage. But why would you not want to use it? Some people will use it as a passive and it's more defensive, some more aggressive and really just bring the pain. So that's about it. That is Injustice 2. That's a walk through the tutorial. I hope this helped. I really do, because when I played through, I gave up on the tutorial in the first one. I almost gave up in the new one here, just because some of that stuff was so hard and so complex. But I hope I answered that as best as possible. Most of the time, when you have a follow-up move, you have to execute it immediately, and then you're gold. So that's it. That's Injustice 2. I hope this helped. I hope that you learn how to just tear it up. The last thing you want is to play this game with some friends and they've never played this game before and be able to beat you. That's the goal of learning the combos, the super moves, special moves, all that stuff. You want to be able to just wail on somebody that's never played Injustice before. So take some time to learn 2 or 3 characters before you go into any kind of tournament with friends. When you go online, definitely make sure you know the character that you're taking with you, or else you're just going to get wailed by anybody that knows what they're doing. So there it is. That's Injustice 2, and I hope you enjoyed it.